Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel, welcome back. It's spring and it is the spring savings event at Sephora, the VIB sale. So in today's video, I have compiled a long list of recommendations of all the new products at Sephora and some of my favorite ones so that you can save 20% if you are a Rouge member, 15% if you are a VIB member, or 10% if you are an insider at Sephora by using the code SAVESPRING. By the way, even if you are not a part of this membership or a part of this club, you can sign up right now and receive 10%, which starts on April 7th. If you're not a part of this club, you can sign up right now and you can start receiving 10% off as a beauty insider at Sephora. Not only did I prepare this long list of products, also as I'm going along and as I'm talking about all these favorites, I will be applying them to my face just to show you so it's not just a boring video of me rambling, so that I can show you how these products work, how they actually perform. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's hit it. My best Sephora VIB sale recommendations 2022 spring event. Here we come. Notes, as always and per usual for these types of videos. So I am just gonna go down the line of the products that I would recommend for you in each category. And as I talk about these products, I'm gonna apply some of them to my face. So obviously not every single favorite in each category, but just one of them. And also this video is going to be slightly different from my previous Sephora VIB sale recommendations video in the sense that these are not my all-time faves. These are newer faves. So just things that have come out since last November up until this point. But if you do want to see my all-time recommendations, definitely watch that video. I will link it down below and also over here for you so that you know what it looks like. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'll mention my all-time favorites as I go along, but today I just want to focus on newer faves, starting with the primer. Actually, not a new fave, but an all-time fave is what I'm going to apply to my face, and it is the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this one. This is a very expensive primer, $52, but the reason why I'm mentioning it again is because it is a splurge type of product. This, in fact, does blur your texture. It definitely makes your foundation apply a little bit smoother. It enhances the foundation. It enhances its longevity, so on and so forth. But again, pricey product. However, with a sale like this, if you've ever wanted to try something that's worth the splurge, this is definitely worth the splurge. Immediately, you can see on camera how it's evening my skin tone and also the texture. And as I might have mentioned before in my previous videos, if you have really great skin, this would just serve as a skin perfector to make your skin even more perfect and flawless. Say you don't have any redness, any acne breakouts, any discoloration, and you just want to add a little bit of radiance to your complexion, this would be a great product for that. Again, very luxurious, very pricey, but if you're a Rouge member, you can save 20% on this, so that would be, hold on, I'm calculating. Over $10. Yeah, over $10. Even if you're just an insider and you want to save $5.20 on this, that's still better than nothing, right? And the fact that anyone can be a Sephora insider, even if you sign up today, even if you've never heard of this sale, with the code SAVESPRING, you can save 10% on any of the purchases you make. And by the way, everything that I'm listing and talking about and applying to my face, I am linking down below. These are my affiliate links. I do get a small commission if you choose to purchase from those links, but you're not obliged to. But if you do so, it is appreciated. Just know that. So now that my primer is on, I do want to mention one more primer that is new that I do recommend you guys pick up in the sale, and I'm talking about the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Glow Serum Primer. This is a unique product. This is a new product, something that I've been testing out for the past month or so, and I gotta say, I really like it. I think it's a different type of primer. I wouldn't necessarily wear it all over my face because I am very oily, but if you are someone who has dry skin, if you're someone who has normal skin, or if you just want to enhance your complexion, say, even if you have combo oily skin, there's a way to use this. Anyone can get good usage out of this, and I'll show you how. So this is a $34 product, comes in two shades, Juice Boost and Main Squeeze. Juice Boost has just a little bit of color, but not really because it blurs out into nothing. I like to apply this product to the perimeter of my face where I am not super oily, where I don't produce as much oil, and where I can get away with a little glow, a little extra glassiness. I like to apply this to my cheekbones, to my brow bone area, kind of like in a 3, also along the jawline, like that. So then you kind of see it. All right, and this is what the other shade looks like, Main Squeeze, like a champagne shade. I'm gonna add that to the other side. Like I said, they're not really too different, just for like a healthy boost. All right, that's pretty much it. I went down the list of primers on the Sephora website, and I gotta say, there's not too many primers that I like. I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to primers. Yes, there are certain ones that work for me and for my particular skin type, but it's almost as personal as skincare, you know? Because no two skins are alike. What works for me may not necessarily work for everyone else. And because primer is supposed to kind of even out your skin tone, it's supposed to help your foundation last longer, it's tricky. It's really tricky, I think, to get it right. But anyway, moving right along to the foundation category. Today, I do want to talk about 4 new foundations, some of which are also CC creams or tinted moisturizers that are actually new, that have been released since last November. The first one that I am loving is this Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. This is a $43 foundation. We got 1 fluid ounce. I really like the glass packaging. The shades here are different from the original Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, but they do say both shades, the original and the new shade for this particular foundation on the bottom of the bottle, so that is kind of helpful, but I do want to mention that. This is a foundation that looks really, really great on camera, in photographs, and also in real life. Though, I will say I didn't fall in love with it immediately. I actually fell in love with it after I wore it on the red carpet to a movie premiere, and I had some photos taken by Getty Images, and then when I saw the images, I thought I looked like a superstar. So I attribute that to this particular foundation that I was wearing. I can't not recommend it. Another foundation that I have been loving since its release is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. $49 pricier. Also 1 fluid ounce, also glass bottle. Same shade names, but these foundations lean just a little bit orangey, just a little bit more saturated than the original NARS Soft Matte or Natural Radiant, you know. I found that a little bit tricky, but I still was able to make them work with like brighter concealers or by toning down my bronzer. So I was able to make it look good on me, but I have not found the perfect match because my Stromboli is way too yellow now and the Vanuatu is just like a little too dark. So I don't know. I think I need to get my hands on a few more shades, but still, this is a really, really nice wearable foundation that looks great in person, that looks great on camera, that wears very well, that feels very easy on the skin, not like a mask, not super heavy, something that you could wear during the day if you have work or for night if you're going out for drinks. It's a very versatile foundation. I wouldn't say that it's light reflecting in the sense that it is very radiant. I would say it's very natural and it makes you look really well put together without feeling too heavy or too full coverage. Yeah. A very recent discovery is my 3rd foundation recommendation, and it is IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow, which is actually 90% skincare ingredients. Also, this has SPF 40, color correcting, medium coverage skin tint, plus brightening glow serum. I use both shades medium tan and medium. Both of them I really like. They wear really well. I just did a review on this, and I was concerned that IT Cosmetics foundation products or their CC creams have broken me out in the past to the point where I couldn't really understand why. It was literally like a rash type of reaction, but it actually did not happen after wearing the CC Plus, so I'm really, really excited. It looks really good, it feels really good, makes you look like your skin, but better, just like more flawless, but your real actual self. So I like that, and I think this is a great option for every day, but an expensive option at $42. But with the VIB sale, you can save some monies. So in terms of coverage, this is a medium coverage, and both of these I would say can be built up to full, but they're also, let's call them medium plus, meaning that they can definitely be layered for a more opaque type of effect, but I like them best when they're worn naturally, meaning minimally. I don't know, I just feel like the trends have changed. No one's really wearing full coverage like that anymore. We are really appreciating skin now more than ever before. There hasn't really been a need for full coverage foundations. I mean, 3 or 4 years ago when I would attend beauty events on the regular, when I would attend big like red carpet events, I wouldn't even think to wear a medium coverage type of foundation to an event like that, knowing that there would be photographs. But the fact that I did that today in 2022 just shows so much, shows how much the trends have changed, how much our perspectives, how much our outlooks have changed. And I really like this change. I think it's a really positive change in the right direction. We want to feel more like ourselves in our real natural skin, you know? I'm not trying to get philosophical. Let me move on to my final foundation recommendation, which is actually a skin tint from CALIRAY. So now CALIRAY is a newcomer. It is a clean beauty brand from Wendy Zomner, who is actually the founder of Urban Decay. So she also founded CALIRAY, which is totally different from Urban Decay, but it is very Wendy because she's both of those girls. You know, she's like the cool, hip, very well-dressed muse, I would say. And then she's also the really chill California girl. So I love seeing both of these sides of her kind of represented in her brands. And I really like the skin tint. First of all, this is a clean beauty brand. Secondly, this is a really, really beautiful product. I really love the packaging. I really like what it does for the skin. Again, it allows your real natural skin to shine through. And this is something that I like to wear to the gym. This is something that I like to just like slap on. Like for example, I have therapy sessions with my psychologist via FaceTime. And so this is what I like to put on so that I'm a little bit more put together. TMI. But anyway, I'm just very talkative today. All right, let me actually go ahead and slap on this Makeup Forever HD Skin, because I feel like I haven't reached for it since that day that I wore it to the Batman premiere. This is the way that I like to apply it on because I'm a lazy girl, but you don't have to do it this way. You see, maybe this is even too much. All right, so let's quickly talk brushes. My favorite brush for foundation is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection No. 7 brush. I just checked the Sephora site and looks like it's no longer available there, which kind of ticks me off because it should be available. It's usually available, but maybe it's all sold out because it's just such a great brush, but I don't want to talk about it any further. Another brush that I really like from what Sephora has to offer is this Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face Brush. This one's pricey at $52, but it is a really, really nice brush. Similar to my IT Cosmetics, which is just like a couple of dollars cheaper. Still expensive though. I mean, come on, it's real good. All right, there we go. One layer and it looks really decent. So the shade that I am wearing is 2Y20, which used to be Y305 in the Ultra HD. This is what one layer looks like, and I think it's enough for me. So there's actually two concealers that I want to mention. The One Size Turn Up the Base, $25 concealer, and also the LYS Beauty Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. Now, LYS is a clean beauty brand. This is an $18 product, so really, really good price. I really like the packaging on this. The brand owner is a friend of mine, and this is a great, great product. Tons of shades for everyone, very inclusive. Very natural looking concealer, something that I've been reaching for a lot, something that lasts all day. And for a clean product, I would say that's an achievement because generally speaking, clean foundations and clean concealers and clean cream products just don't seem to have the functionality. They don't have the longevity. They are not like as they don't work as well as the non-clean products, in my opinion. That's just the experience that I've had, but I can't say that about this LYS concealer. I really like this one, and I am a fan of it. Definitely would recommend it. I like the wand. I like how flexible it is. A fan. All right, so what I'm gonna do is actually let this concealer sit on my face while I talk about the One Size. The reason why I brought it up is because if you are a lover of Tarte Shape Tape, this probably comes the closest to the coverage of Tarte Shape Tape, which to me is revolutionary. It's probably my favorite concealer of all time, just because it works. It never creases. It's super long lasting. And I reach for it a lot, or at least I used to reach for it a lot when I would do the full coverage glam a lot. Now, I don't necessarily have the need for that nowadays, so I reach for my other concealers, such as like the Fenty Eye Brightener, which is an all-time fave from my other video. Also really liking the LYS. But if you are a lover of full coverage concealer, something that is super brightening, super glam, you gotta try this One Size Turn Up the Base. It is really good and I love it. All right, so now that I've let the LYS clean concealer sit on my face, I'm gonna take a brush that I absolutely recommend, this one from Rare Beauty, and it is I think it's called the Liquid Touch Concealer Brush, or maybe Always an Optimist. I don't know. Their names are very positive and very like uplifting. I don't exactly remember the name of this, but this is what it looks like. It is a concealer brush. It looks like a big fingertip and it is genius. This is actually $16 only, and the reason why I say only is because its Pat McGrath counterpart or competitor brush, this guy here, is $32, so double the price. This one is a little bit stiffer and a little bit smaller, but they are so similar they can basically perform the same function. This I will say is a little bit better for spots. This is better for the under eye. Anyway, I love them both, recommended, linked below, and this one is still available on Sephora. So what's great about the LYS concealer is that it is really, really, really easy to use. So I just let it sit for a bunch of time on my face and it's still blending out like a dream, except now it's a little bit creamier. It's not as liquidy. It's clinging to my problem spots. The shade that I am wearing now is MN1. It is quite a bit lighter than my skin, but I like that because I still like to brighten my under eye. I still like to lift the outer corners. And even sometimes with like bumpier acne breakouts, I don't mind using a lighter concealer because it kind of also conceals the shadow that the bump causes, you know? Before I talk about the powders, I do want to talk about some cream products that I've been loving lately, namely some cream blushes and also a cream bronzer, both actually from Rare Beauty. Yeah. So I've really been a fan of Rare Beauty's Liquid Touch blush. It's such a beautiful formula, super, 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 super pigmented. And they recently came out with this genius brush that is actually not available on Sephora, and it might not even yet be available on the Rare Beauty site, but this is what it looks like. Again, that fingertip shape, but really wide and just like really perfect to hug the cheek and to blend out this product. So because of this brush, I've actually fallen more in love with the blush. So this is a $20 product. A little bit goes a long way. You don't even need to put as much as I did, but just to demonstrate how beautifully this brush blends out this blush. So please, Rare Beauty, please, Sephora, bring this brush to Sephora. Make this available for purchase because I need another one and I know you guys need this brush. Just like the application is so much more enjoyable now than having to do it with your fingers or with like some other brush. These two products were just made for each other. And speaking of more Rare Beauty products, like I said, the bronzer, this one is $23. The shade here is Happy Sol. This one was shade Hope. And what I like about this cream bronzer is how easy it is to use, how intuitive, how fuss-free it is. I don't know, ever since this launch, I'm just feeling like I am loving Rare Beauty even more now. I just really, really am a fan of these cream or liquid products. They're so, so, so good. All right, so for the bronzer, I'm gonna use Rare Beauty's foundation brush. This one is very stiff, so I wouldn't recommend it for foundation unless you like a very stiff foundation brush. I like a more fluffy but dense brush. This one, instead, I like for the cream bronzer like this one, or just any cream products for that matter. And look how easily that blends out. Just like seamlessly, effortless ease. I don't know, I really feel like Rare Beauty is becoming the authority for really effortless, intuitive makeup. Like everything just makes sense. And I love that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my glam makeup. I love my artistry brands. But something about these very easygoing products is really, really speaking to me lately. This is the face base. It's looking so good so far. For my powders, I have several recommendations in both the loose and the pressed variations. In the loose powder category, I cannot not recommend the new Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Cake Powder. This one is so good for brightening. This is a unique color. It's super duper pink, but like a translucent pink that looks so good in your under eye for setting, for baking, for brightening, you know? So I am going to grab my Charlotte Tilbury powder and sculpt brush that I also do recommend, even though it's a pricey one, $49. Just stamp that to my under eye, and then I'm gonna show you the difference. Look how smooth and how beautiful that looks compared to this side. It literally just mattified. It made the under eye look so natural and so velvety yet lifted. Truth be told, I'm not a huge fan of Huda's setting powder in any of the other shades. I've tried it in the lightest shade to the shade that matches my skin, and for some reason they've all gone gray on me. They've like grayed out my foundation or my concealer. I couldn't really get behind it, but this is the first shade that does not turn gray on me, and in fact it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It brightens, it lifts, it sets, all the above. So now this is a $34 product, really? Shoot, I just saw in my notes that it is out of stock at the moment. So that's pretty annoying, because I just raved about it. But hopefully it is something that is brought back immediately, because we all need to have it in our lives, especially if you are someone who is a medium complexion like me. Even if you're tan, this is translucent enough to not cast any sort of weird color. In fact, it just looks so breathtaking. I don't know. I don't know what more to say other than I am really in love with this product. I'm gonna add some to the space between my brows and a little bit in the forehead, also just to pop this area out. Also a little bit on my chin. And that's pretty much it. I don't like to add this all over because then obviously I'm gonna have like a very cool pinky tint all over my face, so probably not the best bet for that. In the loose powder category, I've also been loving the Rare Beauty, where's the funky name? I don't know what exact name this is, but basically their loose setting powder. I like to use the shade Light, and to me this was just a really, really good everyday powder. Very inexpensive at $22. This does come in 5 shades, but I like the lightest one the best just because it is translucent. You can add that all over the face. I've been liking it a lot. For my all over powder brush, I will recommend the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Wand Ball Powder Brush number 8. This one is still available on Sephora. It is still very pricey, but if you want to splurge, this is the one to splurge on. So basically with this powder, I'm gonna set the rest of my face. This does have a pinch of luminosity, so it is a little bit reflective, but it's not by any means metallic or sparkly or shimmery, nothing of the sort. Just like a really delicate hint of reflection is what it gives you. So basically a healthy glow. We love that. Also, this has a very convenient scroll wheel that I love, and it snaps in place. I don't know, I'm just a fan. In the pressed powder category, I really like the KOSAS Cloud Set powder. This is a clean beauty brand. Also, this powder is talc free. So this is a really nice, clean powder that actually also delivers, you know? So I like this one. It's $34. For those of you looking for a clean, talc free powder, this one's really good. Cat hair. Now, speaking of luminous powders, I actually have another recommendation, and this is kind of a unique powder in a unique category. I'm talking about the NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Powder. This one is $39, comes with this little sponge applicator, looks very white inside and also very reflective, but it's not as reflective as it looks. What I like to do with this product is basically load it onto the added sponge and kind of just clean up right underneath my cream contour, just like that, and just like that. Also, you could take the edge of that and just dab that onto your nose, a little bit onto the chin, maybe even around the mouth, and then just let it chill there for like 10-15 minutes while you're doing the rest of my makeup. Once you remove that, it just gives the most perfected, the most professional looking natural sculpt ever. All right, so while we let that chill on the face, let's talk about highlighters. So interesting, when I was going down the list of what's available at Sephora at the current moment, I just didn't seem too interested. I didn't seem too impressed by what they're offering in the highlighter category. It seems like it's the same products that have been around for several years now. Nothing is really new. So there's really nothing that I would recommend that I haven't already recommended in the past many times. So once again, I gotta stick to the trends because I kind of like where the makeup trends are at the moment. And I gotta give it to DANESSA MYRICKS. First of all, the Yummy Skin Glow Serum Primer can absolutely be used as a highlighter, as I've added underneath my foundation and all of my other products. Secondly, this is a product that more people need to be talking about. I am referring to the Vision Flush in the shade Tiara. So now this is a unique type of liquid. It's a little bit moussey, but it is also a little bit slippery. So the finish that it gives is very beautiful, very dewy, very radiant. And this shade Tiara is like the perfect highlighter shade ever. So what I like to do with this shade and with this product is just dot a couple of dots here and there on my brow bone, on top of my cheekbone. And I like to blend it out either with my finger or with a brush. So what I like to do is just tap that out and look at that beautiful natural glassy glow. So stunning. When you blend this product out, it actually feels just a little bit tacky, but not as tacky as, say, like a clear jelly balm that you would apply to your cheekbones and then your hair would stick to it. This is nothing like that. You can wear your hair down. It's not gonna interrupt or stick to it really, but there is a healthy, almost like a skincare type of glow that you get with this product that you really can't achieve with anything else. To me, this is a standout type of highlighter or skin enhancer that I don't know, I don't really see people talk about, but it has been my go-to, and it is available at Sephora right now, and it is $20, only $20. So get your hands on shade Tiara, you've been warned. So now I am going to dust off this fabulous powder, and look how lovely. It's kind of like you see it, but you don't. And I really actually love to use this technique with cream bronzers, specifically for that reverse contour, for that like chiseling out effect. In the eyeshadow palette category, there's really only 2 palettes that I want to recommend for this video. In the new palettes category, I really gotta give it to NATASHA DENONA's Pastel Palette. This $65 palette is spring. This is color, this is happiness. These eyeshadows perform, they deliver, they are so beautiful, they're not chalky, they look like watercolor when you apply them to the eye. And of course I did a whole video on just this specific palette alone, so check it out if you want to see it in action. But to me, this is a no-brainer type of palette. You gotta have it. If you are looking to splurge, if you're looking to build up your makeup collection, if you're a makeup artist and you need some pastels that actually work, I would 100% recommend this, and I stand by it. This is just such a beautiful palette. Another palette that I would recommend, and sadly I actually have kind of forgotten about this palette just because it was in this room, not in my room where I do my like day-to-day makeup, but it stayed here in the filming room and it was out of sight and out of mind. But I actually really did enjoy Huda Beauty's Rose Quartz palette. This one is so stunning, so beautiful, like a more neutral version of the Mercury retrograde, in the sense that this is definitely like a little lavender, a little rosy lilac leaning, but there's enough neutral shades that you can use for every day or for glamming it up for night. I like this one a lot, and I am going to proudly and ceremoniously take it to my other room so I can get more use out of it, because this is just a great palette, though not cheap at $67. It's even more expensive than the NATASHA, but it's new and it's good and it should be celebrated. I'm gonna grab my primer, my Fenty Beauty. It's pretty much the only one I use nowadays. You can get it at Sephora. It is one of my all-time faves. I'm gonna slap that on, blend and blur. And for today, I am thinking I want to do something easy, something like a 1 and done, or maybe like a 2 and done. I'm gonna reach into this shade here called Happiness. This is like a pinky matte cherry blossom shade, if you will. I'm gonna use this Mario E3 brush, which is available at Sephora, and I really like Mario's brushes. I'm gonna just load this up onto the outer corner of my eye, and then blend it out towards the tail end of my brow, and then kind of lifting it, just giving it a nice wash of color, like that. And then I'm gonna use the same brush and dip into the NATASHA palette, this very, very pale shade called Feather, like a really pale pink. Gonna add that to my entire movable lid from the inner corner to the outer corner, kind of overlapping with the previous shade, but blending it into it like that so that there's a gradient. I know with these palettes, you sometimes feel like you're obligated to dip into as many shadows as you can because they're there and you want to create a look and you want to be unique and all, you know, but I think restraint, it's sometimes good to practice too, you know? I mean, there's no rules in makeup. You can do whatever you want, literally. Outside of putting lipstick on your eye or on your under eye, I do not stand by that. Anyway, easy breezy. I'm gonna take this shade here, Moon Magic, on a little pointy brush, and just add a little bit of that sparkle right here. Why not? Oh, so lovely. And that's it. In the eyeliner category, there's been 2 liners that I've been reaching for a lot lately, and they are the FRECK Eyeliner Lashrocket with lash enhancing peptides. This is a really nice liner, not only because I love the formula and it's a dippy one, which offers like maximum control for someone who's actually really good at liner, and also it never dries out because it's one of those dippy types of products. But what I also like about it is that it is lash enhancing. It's got some peptides and some vitamins to actually help your lashes grow a little bit stronger. That's a nice little bonus. This is a $24 product and I've been reaching for it a lot and I would absolutely recommend it. Another product is the Lancome Idole Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner. This has really, really great reviews and high ratings on Sephora. This one is $22. It is a marker type, so for those of you who are newbies at eyeliner, or if you still have trouble, perhaps you're not a newbie, but you still struggle with applying liner, the felt tip marker type is a little bit more flexible and allows for easier application, I would say. But keep in mind that these aren't as long lasting as the dippy ones. The felt tip of the marker tends to dry out very quickly, especially if you drag it over eyeshadow because it gets contaminated. So that's like the only thing that I don't like about it, but it is a good product while it lasts. What I'm gonna do is actually curl my lashes with my Laura Mercier lash curler. That is my favorite one. It's my all-time favorite one. I've tried many, but this one is just a little bit more suitable for my flatter Asian eye shape and for my much shorter lashes. So because it's able to grab all of my lashes at once, I'm able to curl them all at once, and it's just easier for me. But if you have long lashes, or if you have a more pronounced, like a rounder eye shape, then you probably won't benefit from this one. I also like to curl my lower lashes. It's really easy with this type of lash curler that opens up wide. But the reason why I'm actually curling my lashes first before applying liner is because I sometimes think that lash curlers tend to remove a perfectly applied cat eye, so I like to go in afterwards. I intuitively just went for the long comb, even though I personally think that the FRECK Lashrocket Liner is a little bit better, but I just don't think a lot of people are familiar with that brand, so long comb it is. Started off with a baby wing, and now I'm adding more and more, as I always do. Why do I do that to myself? I don't know. Liner is on, and now I'm ready to talk about a mascara that I've been loving lately, also from Lancome, from the Lash Idol line. I've been loving the waterproof version of this mascara, even though this wand is very gimmicky, and if you're an avid watcher of my channel, then you probably already know that I am not a huge fan of these types of wands, but I think the product, or in this case the mascara in the tube, is actually so good that I'm choosing to forgive the gimmicky wand. Yeah, you heard it right here. I like this mascara a lot. It works for me, and looks like I'm not the only one. Again, the reviews have been really good for this product. I believe it's a pricier mascara though, at $27. It's not a little bit for a mascara, when you can get a Maybelline for a fraction of the cost. But you know what? I haven't found a waterproof Maybelline mascara that has worked this well for me, so this is why I'm mentioning it. And also, it's available at Sephora. What I like about it is that it's really buildable, which is kind of a unique feature for a waterproof mascara. But I like that it's buildable without looking or feeling too clumpy and too thick. I mean, I'm down for a good clump, not a hater of the clump, but sometimes you want a little cleaner, you know? I think I'm gonna leave my lower lashes as is. I've really been liking having color or product on just like my top lid as opposed to my bottom lid as well. So I'm gonna keep it like that. And now moving on to the final category, which is the lip category. Now I found myself in a little bit of a predicament last night when I was preparing for this video and I was going down all the products in the lip category that Sephora has to offer. And yes, you know, a lot of them I like, a lot of them I use. I'm a big fan of the Fenty glosses. I love Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme glosses. Tons of lipsticks that I like, from Rare Beauty, Liquid Touch, to all the stuff that's available there, NARS. But I gotta say, the lip category, in my opinion, is actually best outside of Sephora. Yeah. In fact, I think that drugstore brands such as Maybelline, such as L'Oreal, even brands like ColourPop, brands like Pixie, Jaclyn Cosmetics, they really excel in the lip category. And I feel like some of these products are up there with the higher end Sephora brands. And so I can't say that I would recommend you go out and purchase your lip products strictly from Sephora. Definitely venture out, definitely look at other brands. I do, however, always still reach for my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I love my NARS lip liners, my Laura Mercier, the Makeup Forever ones. I definitely love the lip liners from Sephora, but speaking specifically about lipsticks, there's lots of other products out there. But I did want to mention something new that recently came to Sephora that I have been liking a lot, and it is from Makeup by Mario. It is the new Cozy Lip Cream. So this is kind of like a liquid lipstick, but it's not a non-transferable formula. This is a little bit moussier, just a little bit more comfortable on the lips, similar to the Rare Beauty liquid lipstick, but a little bit thicker, I would say. This is a thicker formulation, but it definitely feels very comfortable on the lips. The reason why I'm mentioning it is because I think Mario is a master when it comes to color. I think he really understands complexion. He really understands what looks good on any given complexion. So his lip products, I really like specifically for the colors. His original lipsticks that he came out with last year, these in the white tube are superior. They are some of my absolute favorite lipsticks out there. They are just so gorgeous and every single shade is my fave. These are not as great as the lipsticks, I will say it honestly, but they are still very good and the shades are incredibly flattering on just about anyone. So today I am gonna reach for one of my two favorite shades, either Miss Mauve or Rich Rose, which I've been wearing a lot lately. I think let's go for Rich Rose since we have a very rosy lavendery moment happening on the face and on the eyes. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to the center of my lip and then kind of blot it out with my finger for like a stained blotted look. Very, very pillowy, very pretty, very comfortable on the lips, and the shade is so pretty. All right, you guys, we have come to the end of the video. This was a lot of recommendations. I know this is a long one, but you know, I took my time. I really wanted to give you at least a couple of options in every category, and I really wanted to focus on some of the new releases, some of the products that are new to Sephora, and some of the things that you should definitely check out. The brushes, the foundations, the powders, and of course, the palettes. So I hope you find this video useful. Remember, the Sephora Spring event is happening from April 1st through April 11th. Rouge members get 20% off up until the end of the event, up until April 11th. The VIB members start on April 5th all the way through the 11th. They get 15% off. And the insiders, once again, anyone can become an insider if you sign up, get 10% off from April 7th to the 11th. All you have to do is use code SAVESPRING and you can save 20, 15, or 10% off depending on your membership level. I hope you guys love this video. I put a lot of time and I put a lot of effort into making these recommendations and compiling this list. These are the products that have worked for me. These are the products that I'm continuously reaching for and am recommending to you because I find that these are the best of the best. I test a lot of products on the daily, so these are my top picks. So with that said, I love you guys. I am zooming on out. You can check out more of my videos over here. Definitely check out that other video that I kept on mentioning in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Happy shopping. Mwah.